Hi everybody, welcome back to Age of Bison. We've got another exciting 2v2 for you, and today I am joined by a guest co-host who goes by the name Tars on the ladder. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Yep. And this is my first time casting a 2v2 and casting in general, actually.
Oh,
I'm mostly a 1v1 player, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to be happening, but I feel like I could offer some good insights.
well then this will be kind of fun because this is a pretty crazy match. Dunamai, as some of people that follow might know, is kind of known for his off-meta or mad scientist builds. LFS is also kind of an off-meta player, and I've been told this is a pretty interesting game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see here. Up here on the left, and this looks like I forget the name of the map, the one with the frozen lake, but it's from Knights of the Mediterranean. We've got Russia as Pistol Pete, um, Vindian playing as Japan, and over here playing as Italy as LFS, and we've got Dunamai playing as the Germans.
I see. So, Italy, all I know about them is they have an architect. Like, I haven't really looked into. I haven't seen anyone playing them on the ladder in 1v1 either.
Really?
Do they start with the architect?
They do. So Italy starts with an architect, less vills, but because of the way the mechanic works, where every technology they get an extra villager, this allows them a surprisingly flexible amount of openings. Italy is definitely a civ that really banks off of its flexible roster and options more so than like one or two beat stick units. Um,
Mm-hmm.
with lots of mercenaries, Lombards allowing res to switch over, and of course the architects being free. I'm going to YOLO build this. Okay, 2TP, let's go.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Okay, so they're going for TPs, and also, how's the treasure looking? What have they gotten so far?
Uh, it looks like Otto von Wololo for Dunamai's Explorers, kind of creeping around a bit to get a 90 treasure coin. And on this side's here for Pete. Yeah, he's going for a wolf. Pretty standard. Let's see
That's
here.
classic.
So looking at decks, 2v2 land for Russia, notably including the new card Sovna and the new and improved Straylet Horde, which adds
What's that
range.
do? Sovna.
So Sovna, we've made many things about it. Long story short, it gives Straylets 10 hand attack, and it gives Halb some extra hand attack, and it gives AoE damage and 5 hand attack to Cav archers.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's incredible. But a pretty standard deck from Pete. Most bullshit archaic deck ever. Okay. Let's check out
At the end
Vindian's
of it?
deck first. Yes. Incoming. Oh, God. What are these two cooking up? DC team. So, pretty standard Japanese team game. I'm not super familiar with Japan, so in the comments, someone please call me out if this is like way off standard. But um,
What's that first shipment he said? Is that the trickles?
uh,
No, gathering raids.
yep,
Okay.
and then heavily commie. All right, let's see what LFS has cooked up today. Mercs. Condottieri. Okay. He is going for a Merc build, which explains the two TPs, right? Enabling a faster XP curve.
Yeah.
He's building a market late. Wow, this is a really strange build because his Vil count's going to be a little bit lower than standard. And he's going advanced politician first for even a faster age of. Okay, that is definitely
So
not
all the
standard.
wood he chopped for age two, I mean for age one, like building TPs in the market and all that, is he gonna offset that like lost time by fast aging? You think? Is that
I
the
think
goal
so.
here?
Yes, and not to mention, if he builds the market in transition, he can actually get the market text and then use the market text to get villagers.
Oh, I
So,
didn't know that.
yeah, it's kind of a nifty trick. Typically Italy only gets steel traps and the gold placer mines, but
Oh.
this is off meta. So I can tell you what normal people do, but what these two are cooking up, who knows? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for Germany's deck, this looks on paper pretty standard team deck. You've got the church card, that's a little different, but the new landwear card. Um, so I would
He's also got
imagine,
the two towers. It's very interesting.
yeah, yeah. This is a little bit off meta, but for the most part, you've got all the standard cards you would expect from a more eco-focused or boomy um, German played team. So, Ooh, 140 coin. Let's see here. So no forward pressure or forward vills that I see. Russia.
Can you build on that ice? Can
Nope.
your villagers build there? Okay, so
You
this map looks like it's kind of difficult to actually be aggressive.
yes. Or really good to be aggressive if you're like a cav civ because you can go right into like basically the belly of the opponents.
They can't build any scouting houses to like watch for cav.
Correct. And as you can see, a lot of the hunts tend to wander out in the ice, and this can make it pretty dicey. Although, like all Knights of the Mediterranean maps, they tend to be very flush, as you can see in the resources.
Yeah. What politicians are they going for? Like, what's Japan aging up with, for example?
So, logistician for Germany, Tory Gates for Japan. So probably expecting some early aggression. And looks like Pete went up with the 17 Asia, probably quartermaster. Yep. And then LFS.
What does logistician do for Germany?
So the logistician gives them a arsenal wagon and a free tech.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes you see this with Yulon builds, or because it also adds +1 Yulons to every shipment. Sorry, not a free tech, but +1 Yulons, I think. I'm gonna spur the moment caster Braidfart, but yeah, I believe their logistician is the arsenal wagon plus they get extra Yulon with every shipment. Yeah, I can probably check by looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Look at his town center right now. He's just getting a shipment right now.
Okay, yeah,
Yep,
just
three. Two Yolans and one.
yep. Alrighty. Okay, so, but typically don't see too much logistician play just because again, you know, it doesn't really. The one Yulon takes quite a while to pay off. It's a very risky build. Background noise, big. Don't know what that's about. And yeah, look at Italy's score. Italy is Trattoria, so taverns. So yeah, this is definitely a merc build.
What the heck are those? Those are three. You get 3 taverns?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's insane.
It is. You know, it's kind of a hit or miss play with Italy, just because again their economy tends to be more Lombard focused, and they tend to benefit more from kind of doing like a Lombard semi-FF in the current meta or FI.
The
But
interesting thing about the taverns is they actually give you gold. So that's like 3 bills of gold basically.
exactly.
Each one is 0.6.
Yeah, it's like, you know, capitalism, and he's got that Lombard, right? He's got some coin deposited, and here comes his first shipment, Croatian company. Pistol Pete sending in gold first. Looks like he's going, started off with a Cossacks, right? A very cost-effective Russian unit. Dunamai is building crossbows. Okay, so crossbow Yulon, logistician.
Yeah, they're sieging some Japanese shrines. So it looks like his Cossacks are coming to go catch that, and they have no anti-cav, so those Cossacks could win depending on how many Yulons there are.
Correct. You know, Cossacks are, like many things with Russia, weak one-on-one, but extremely cost-effective and easy to mass. And oh, but those Krabats.
Now this is the Russia needs to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
They get caught by this. You should just let those ones fight. They're not going to get out. So what are those units, Combats? I'm not familiar with
Oh,
those.
the Krabats were the terror of the summer. So Krabats were basically the original current Hackapellet. They are a goon that is really good against hand cav in melee, and they have a pretty decent ranged attack. They've been nerfed, I believe, 3 times total into a pretty reasonable. Let's go on some shrines. Yep. He also has Schiavoni, which are anti-skirm skirms.
I see. They're like that mercenary Pandors, right?
Correct. That's exactly it. And they're kind of a unique unit to Italy, although they're only made in the Basilica or through shipments. All right, we've got Ashigaru out. So pretty standard Musk-Husk combination from Vindian and Pete. A very good one. Ashies, one of the best musketeers in the game, arguably. And Cossacks, one of the cost-effective hand calves in the game. So let's see what these two are cooking up to respond.
So that shrine that's being sieged by those pikemen, hopefully they noticed in those Ashies can actually catch those pikemen. That'd be really good for them to catch that. Yeah, Here we go.
Mm.
It would be nice if blue left the explorer to melee the pikemen to slow him down.
Yeah, it's true. Something that I forget often is my brain is smooth and shiny. But yeah, using the Explorer to snare, right, is definitely an effective piece of any sort of high-level Age of Empires 3 play, and definitely a mechanic we should all work to improve.
Yeah. So I think what I would be doing if I was Russia-Japan team, I would be raiding with those Cossacks instead of fighting pikemen, because right now you see half their army is in the southern part of the map, and the other half is northern part of the map. That means there's nothing left to defend. If you take a look at their base, I'm guessing there's actually like almost no military units in it.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty vulnerable. Although you do have to be aware because those Krabats and these like armored lancers will make mincemeat. Cossack Musk, yep. So they've spotted out. They figured out the unit comp. He sent Treaty of Westphalia. Huh.
What is that grant?
Unique church tech. The only one in Age 2 is Tilly's Discipline, which is 10% cost, 20% speed to infantry, which is sometimes you might see DOPS coming out.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. That's pretty off meta.
Yeah, I see.
So they lost all those shrines and they got nothing for it. Basically, I think that was kind of bad. If the enemy is using their like whole army to siege all your shrines, you should be pressuring somewhere else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, why does it have all this muskets in spread out mode? That's funny. They actually move slower in spread out mode, from what I can understand.
Yeah.
They always bump into things.
Well, and let's see here. So what's Dunamai doing now? So now his pikes are 6 speed, so that's no joke. And then his crossbows, wherever did they lose them?
It only affects melee infantry. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, could have swore he had crossbows out somewhere. Still lost when I wasn't looking. A little bit of a fight here, and yeah, those Yulons get cleaned up, but yeah, those pikes are zooming. So they're basically rods.
Right,
Let's see.
all just sitting
It looks like LFS is going up to 3, and Vindian is going up to 3 as well. So we got Japan going up to Age 3. By the way, I have a lot of fake score.
You have a lot of what? What do you say?
He says, I have a lot of fake score. Italy does overscore through various means, pretty commonly. So he's probably telling his buddy, like, don't. I know things are going well, but don't sleep on us yet, or because we might lose any second.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's because oh, there's a crossbow. Yeah, they are faster, 4.8, but technologies make your score go up higher, but not proportional to like how actually effective they are.
Correct. You have the free buildings, right, which don't necessarily represent the economy. That blockhouse is about to probably just get wrecked.
Yeah, they're keeping their army so far back, yellow and blue. I feel like they should be a little more active because they know they need to protect these shrines.
Maybe they figure, hey, we're Russia and Japan. Like, the longer the game goes, the better. Germany's famed for its Age 3 eco, but it typically does fall off a bit. And Italy as well is kind of an awkward eco where it can be strong, but it tends to have a bit of a timer.
The comp they're going for, Must Cuss, is like a comp that's like meant for getting map control early game. It doesn't scale. It's just really good early game.
That's true.
And like,
although, yeah, pikes.
Too many pikes there. Yeah, there's no way. It's so funny.
Oh, advanced arsenal. Oh God, okay, I see what Dunamai's cooking up. All right, so pikes, right? They're at 6 speed because of Tilly's Discipline, and they're 10% more expensive, but what does that matter on pikes, right? And then he's going to probably send an advanced drummer, or advanced arsenal to get drummers. They'll be 6.5 speed. They'll practically be the same speed as a cav. Okay.
I wonder if that German treaty, does that like transform your pikemen to Doppelsanders? Is that a thing?
No, they do have a card for Doppelsanders, but it kind of... I don't see it too much. I believe it's more only a treaty card. And I believe that one's Age 4, because Age 3 they have the Merc contracts, I think. Again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, folks. Ooh, and that... Oh, see, you're right, because they're kind of out of position. That town center is going to go down
Yeah.
super fast.
Well, that's not the biggest of deals as long as they get something in return. If they just lose their town center, all those pikemen are out of position.
Yeah, I mean, Pete could have gone up too. He's looks like he's missed macroed a bit.
Or did it get canceled?
Uh, it might have, but regardless, I mean, he's got a lot of res banked up.
Yeah. Ashy are so good. Oh no.
All it takes is one
Oh
snare,
no.
and
Yep.
yeah.
He's gotta
Oh,
drop those like back three. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh, that's it. They're all done.
oh,
Well done.
surrounded. Nice.
I cannot believe that worked. Oh my gosh. We just built a million speedy pikemen. That's so funny.
Well, and that's what makes Age of Empires 3 fun and infuriating at the same time, right? Is because like there's so many angles of attack, there's so many builds, there's so many units. It's almost impossible, like in your head, to think of every single thing, right? I mean, you've got LFS with every special unit under the sun right here. We've got Papal Lancers, we've got Black Riders, we've got Armored Pistoliers, we've got Schiavone, and then you've got fast pikes. And I think at this point, you got to get to Age 3 and get some cannons out, because the only thing that's going to stop these pikes is skirms or mass artillery, of which...
Well, actually, these pikes don't have to take any fight ever. They can just walk away from it. So really, what you have to do is you have to counterattack. It's the only way to actually get the pikes off your base. You have to force them to defend their own base.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
At this point,
yeah. And that's something that I think a lot of people like, being raided by Ulons or pike, in this case pikes, but goons or whatever. Like the best way to deal with a mobile opponent, is to force a fight in their base where their mobility and all that res that they have to pay for that mobility is basically negated.
mm-hmm. Also, as Japan, I feel like a good counter unit to those pikemen would be some samurai.
Oh yeah.
That would be excellent.
Or what are they called? Yabu. What are the club guys called?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know something about that. I just call them club guys. Club them.
But yeah, he's got the Tishugu, so I mean, Vindian's eco is still strong, and like I said, Italy, go north. And if we look at the Vil count here too, it's 39 for Vindian plus shrines, 42 for Dunamai, Pistol Pizza at 42, and LFS is at 45. So I mean, economy-wise, this game is not. Oh, well, that's gonna hurt.
No, this is... So if I was Germany right now, what I would be trying to do is set up some sort of like snipe for the wonders, Japan's wonders. If you take out those two wonders, Japan is like out of like their units are so much worse and their economy is so much worse. If you can kill the two wonders that you have. So, if blue and yellow teams, if they ever leave their base, that's what I would be trying to do.
Well, it looks like they got a little bit of a cheeky raid coming in here. But it's already spotted. But man, if they catch those Vils, again, that could help. But in the meantime, all right, let's see if these Ashies. Yeah, they're gonna just shred those pikes.
That's so funny. They don't counter them though. They just run away. They have no. They'll kill a couple pikes. The pikes just run away.
Well, and let's see here. We got. It's the other way around, right? And we got. Okay, Italy's going Age 4. Poor Pete. Yeah, he can't get a town center up, and he's got all these resources. His raid gets caught. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. I think this is a tough space, and yeah, you've got Strelitz getting killed by Ulans. And now where are those crossbows at? Because he just said in the landwear card, Schornhorst Reform.
What does that do?
It turns all the crossbows into landwear, which they're kind of interesting. They're kind of like a skirm muskety kind of hybrid thing. They cost wood. They're basically better crossbows. Good raw damage, not very good multipliers, but they at least do get CIR, counter infantry rifling. So,
Nice.
Papal Arsenal, Vindian, and Dunamai is going H4 with the Papal Guard, of course, because what's better than all these veteran pikemen is guard pikemen, right?
Oh guard for free? Does it still give you guard for free?
You know, I think it's different for different civs, but yes, I know for a fact certain civs absolutely. Yeah, 6.5 zoom. He's probably just having a blast right now, just like.
Yeah. It's hilarious. What is Italy? Italy's just been ecoing this whole time? How did their score get so high?
Again, that's Italy. I mean, they only have, let's see here, 48, 42, 49. They have less eco than other civs at the moment, but it's just.
Oh, is he getting Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought hopefully he goes for one of those wonders. That'd be great. That's what I wanted.
Well, I think he's just about to like wreck poor Pete. I mean, poor Pete's just getting beat up this whole game. You know, he's got some.
Anything there to catch them? Like, what can stop this? Is this just gonna be a siege of all the houses? And then, oh, there we go. Ashy. A million Ashy.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like the fight, basically, to end it. You and he's got all this wood, but yeah.
Yeah. What about Vindian? What does he have in his game?
He just looks like he's been spending his resin. Yeah, here's the big fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those heavy cav and mercs are going to absolutely shred.
Oh, this is great. I think the problem for Pistol Pete has been housed this whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all the stuff, all the stuff.
He's housed, he's TC'd, right? Like, I mean, in a way, all those res being banked has kind of been a blessing in disguise, right? Or silver lining is because he's been able to like reboom and get done what he has to. But yeah, he's not doing hot. Oh, but this Opry raid.
He can't spend his resources because he has no house. There's no production. Everything's just being burned down.
Right, but he's doing the right thing. He's got Opries. I think sometimes like the mind can only deal with so much when you're faced with such a crazy thing like 6.5 speed pikes. Like, what else do you do, right? Like, I mean, he's whittling the pike numbers down. I'm surprised Dunamai hasn't built any of those. He says Sharnhost reforms. I think he'd be doing landware, but I guess not. You know, but the Opries have done a good number. I mean, Pete's definitely putting his thing in, but I think it's too little, too late.
What's the villager count? Can you tell the villager count in this mode?
The build limit?
No, the villagers. How many do they have left? How many settlers?
Okay.
Red and purple.
Oh, and he's got 37 pop. I'd have to get to him and select all. See if I can find a wagon. Ugh. It's not letting me.
I think you have to be hovering. Oh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, a lot of villagers have gone down, but we don't know how much.
Correct.
So we'll have to see in the post.
And yeah, I mean, at this point, Italy's kind of kicked in. Yeah, blockhouses are going down. Shugu Shrine's probably going to go down. I mean, Japan's doing a good job of trying to push back here. I mean, he's almost cleaned this very expensive mercenary force from Italy.
I'm surprised the scores are as close as they are. That's what I'm surprised. Even though they're 10,000 points down, 15,000 points down.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I thought the game was over when that last fight was there.
Well, and again, I mean,
they're doing a good job holding on.
They do. Pete's got his Opries going everywhere. I mean, he's holding on by his fingernails, but he's doing everything I think you're supposed to do in this situation, which is raid, distract, just buy time, right? And hope that your ally can force a really bad fight, which, Vindian's definitely turtled pretty solidly. He's been able to kind of hold the base. And, these Royal Musketeers are good, but they're not going to beat Yumi's.
I wonder, is walling kind of shamed in 2v2? I feel like walls are very...
I think in our games, walls, we tend to limit walls in some of our arenas. Every group has its own philosophy on walls. My thing typically is, a layer 2 of walls, no problem. If it looks like a treaty game at 5 minutes, it's like, please, my eyes. And everything in between, it's This is an in-house game, not a ranked game. I think if it was a ranked game, then yeah, of course, play to win, do whatever you can.
They two-shot that concept. That is so crazy. That's two-shot. That's so funny. How many pikes is that? Two has to poke them?
All right, and then again, Pete's down to 29 vills, 35 pop space. He's got all the res, but he just can't get up. He can't keep his town center long enough to, I think, get to age 3. And we got another raid. They're keeping an eye on the Shogun for obvious reasons, but he's about to probably just get blasted here.
Yep, that's it. All those pikes are going in for the TC again. As he's building.
Credit to Pete for not flaming or just rage quitting at this point, because it takes a lot of this when this keeps happening to you over and over.
So I have a question: who submitted this replay?
That was Dunamai. He was very, I think, well, and understandably so. I don't think anyone expected 6.5 speed German pikes. But yeah, it's got to be just about over. Vindians, he's hold off as much as he can, but God, Royal Horse. LFS is just throwing the kitchen sink of mercs at him, basically. You can only take good fights for so long. Poor Pete's been just obliterated time and time again.
TC in the top left now. He's given up on building it forward.
Right. He's pulling the rest of his vills. Yep, well played.
Funny game.
Yeah, that was definitely. Definitely off meta. If you guys like off meta play, this is one for the ages.
Let's see how many did he build. Can you go to the post game and see the favorite units?
Oh yeah.
I bet he built over 200. Oh.
174. Spoke too soon. And look at this. LFS, like I said, the kitchen sink approach. Pistol Pete. Vindian, good positive kill death, but look at that. 40 buildings razed.
I think that was the best unit to build, the Cossacks in this matchup. That was just an unfortunate hard counter to build order.
Exactly. I would think that in a standard build, right, opening up with Cossacks, especially into Yulon, Cossacks can trade cost effectively once Boyars comes in. Maybe not so much with the patch that's recently changed the Boyar card from 15 to 10, but traditional wisdom was they can deal with Yulon raids cost effectively. If Italy goes PVCA, you've got a counter for that. Ashies are fast. Pete and Vindian, they played to their strengths, and I don't think anyone can expects stuff like that. So kudos to them, and kudos to Dunamai for thinking, I've seen players try to make DOPS fast, but what about pikes?
Look at that villager count. That is so funny. Oh, Dunamai got raided really badly. Okay, so that's what. Look at that the number there for red.
Yeah, from 63 pop to 41 at the lowest. Italy got some things. Again, poor Pete. This is actually pretty impressive when you consider how much of his TCs have been, exploded and his vills were chased.
The damage to Pete was about equal to the damage that Dunamai. Actually, if you look at it went from 40 to 20.
Yeah.
60 to 40.
So, good on him. If you look at the military pop, LFS took a really bad fight there. Vindian took as good as he can, and yeah, poor Pete was just kind of idle for most of the game, and that's just how it goes sometimes. That's what makes Age of Empires 3 fun and also dreadful in the same breath, right? Is how off meta, off crazy it can be, and I wouldn't say this is a strategy to bring every single game, but that is a pretty tricky game. So if you're a German player and you've always wanted to use pikes, and again, they probably pair very well with the new landwear, which I'm also probably pronouncing wrong, I would, take a look. So any closing thoughts, Tars?
Yeah, he's giving me some ideas for a Dutch build with halberdiers, the speedy halberdiers. Maybe that's the next evolution of this.
Oh, you should talk to him about that. He actually, yes, he's used the fast logistician speedy halb build too. So, all right, well, if you've made it this far, thank you everyone for watching. You're all adults, so I don't have to beat you over the head with the subscribe crap forever. But, again, thanks for watching. Give us your comments, what you think about this build, or if you have any other things to play into, counters. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks for casting with me, Tars.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching, guys.